This is Stranded Alien Dawn. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video. Subscribing is great as well. So what are we getting here? It's a 4K resolution and it's like attempting to be 60 FPS, but the performance is like really not great. So it seems to kind of like hover awkwardly at like 40 FPS or something like that. It's really quite strange, and there's not really any sort of like options for adjusting the performance, so you're kind of just stuck with that. So this is actually like kind of an interesting title. You are creating a scenario, and you are trying to survive. So you've got a group of individuals that are here to, you know, try to live and flourish and all that stuff. So you've got like certain scenarios you can set up, like a desert or a bit of a, yeah, I don't need help, thanks. You literally got rid of the thing I was trying to. There's a desert, there's a regular sort of, treed kind of area, and you sort of pick how you want to go at it. So you create a scenario or a random scenario, and then you use your various individuals in order to, essentially create, build, and then survive. You can have leisurely activities, more intensive activities. There's research elements. There's actually like quite a lot of depth to this one in terms of like what you're doing, what your goals are, how you're gonna survive, and then it's like you can sort of do different elements of like research and development, and there's quite a lot going on here. Oh, look, an achievement finally, nice. So I've already construct. Maybe it didn't count in the whatever. I did the tutorial, now I'm diving in and jumping into this one, showing it off. Anyways, it doesn't matter. So yeah, it's an unpredictable experience. It's a survival simulation where it's really set up, and it seems like kind of a tighter sort of building game, if that makes sense, where it's sort of like, I don't know. It's an interesting concept. It's kind of neat. And I think, you'll either find this one to be kind of interesting, or you'll be like, I don't know, and really up to the individual and what you're kind of looking for in this type of thing, if that makes sense. It's just, it is kind of a neat little building game, though, and I like these types of games quite a bit, if that makes sense. I enjoy these building games. I find them to be quite cool. I think they have a little bit of interesting stuff to offer. But for this particular title, I think it is going to come down to sort of like your interest in this sort of thing. Like, I do wish, and I hope that the performance maybe gets like, I don't know if locked is the right word, but I do hope that they add like a performance type sort of option, if that makes sense. Like, I think for future consoles, it's cool that it's sort of like uncapped, but like, for nowadays, I'm like, oh, this is, little rough performance-wise. It's not the biggest deal in the world because it's like, it is like a light strategy game. It's not like you're doing something intensive for like response, but like at the same time, it is not super pleasant to sit here and do, because it is kind of like really sort of choppy, and I think you're maybe seeing that with the gameplay that's going on here. But yeah, we're kind of just setting up our initial, kind of structuring, like just kind of getting things, kind of going, just doing our initial build, and, from there, obviously, I think the complexity is going to, it's going to increase a lot. Like, there's a lot of building we need to do, and then you've got, like, sort of this base thing here that you're using for like salvage, and you can scavenge from it, and you can also set up like more robust commands where it's like, hey, cut this forest down, and yeah, and then there's day-night cycles, and you got to keep your guys alive, and it's a hazardous world, and you can choose how difficult the world is too, and yeah, you can build quite a bit. Dedicated space for splitting wood. Yeah, we should probably actually build that and build it near the forest, right? I think that would be a good idea. And then you've got your different team. Like, you actually get to, you get to pick your squad, if that makes sense. Like, you kind of are like, oh, I want this person of this age and, this skill, and then you kind of set up a team based on that, and, you might be doing, like, 'cause it's not just a crashing scenario. Like, I've set it up where we're doing a crashing scenario, but, like, you might have, like, a trading outpost, you might have, like, it's a different sort of strategy of, like, hey, you're a marooned crew and you're trying to survive. And you can also, like, quicken the pace as well. We can make it go really fast, or we can do slower, or we can pause, go in all close and see our little units running around. It's kind of cool. And then there's other elements with your actions, like, more in depth. Sort of managing things, like you got your orders, you could send people out to, like, do hunting and stuff like that. There's expeditions, so you can see distant points of interest, you can have tamed animals. It's about trying to make a cozy life out of a terribly bad crash-landed scenario. But yeah, it actually has, like, a fair bit of, like, kind of depth to it, if that makes sense. And then on top of that, once you get things kind of building, you get the refinements going, you get the resource collection going, you've actually got a, an intriguing setup. Like, we've got these guys, sort of observing the plant, seeing what it has to offer, and then we've got other people that are, like, cutting trees, and other people that are building, and then, the night will come, and I did not make a campfire. Kind of an important little bit of building there, isn't it? Yeah. And then there's, the environment aspects, too, where it's like, there's creatures, and those creatures can be a problem, and yeah, there's a good amount of depth to it. I think that's kind of neat, is having this sort of thing where it's like, you're building, you're creating, and then you can do, like, scheduling, and there is a lot to this one. You're eating? Is anybody going to build this campfire? I guess Lara's just having a good snack. Good thing we brought some food along with us, otherwise everybody'd be starving a little bit. But you gotta be careful too, because the environment is fluctuating, it's reactive, there's all these dangerous animals. It's yeah, it's not a pleasant scenario for your people. This plant is growing. Yeah, anyways, no, it's definitely a cool setup, and there's, like, as you can kind of come out here, there's lots to, like, sort of see, and weird, kind of, like, alien type things. Like, the whole point is it's a survival game with a bit of a, you know, survival twist. It changes things up a bit. I guess we could send someone on an expedition over there to collect some of that. It's pretty far away from the homestead. Smoke leaf discovered. Yeah, there's really quite a lot to this one. It's intriguing, but your interest is really going to be like, hey, you want to do this, like, survival stuff, and how many times do you want to kind of go at it, and do you find it, like, random enough that it continues to be fun every time? Is the performance level acceptable? Yeah, there's a lot going on in it, and you're just trying to survive and build. Run, Lara, run! In the middle of the night instead of sleeping. Why would you, There's actually 4 of us. Should we maybe have some more beds? Can we put a bed right in the middle of the stockpile? That would actually be pretty funny. Yeah, why not? Anyways, yeah, there's some really, smoke leaf can be boiled and made into pipes. That actually seems pretty interesting. But that's what I say, is like you can see all these, like, little things you can build, and as you discover and do more, like, research and stuff, you can really create interesting elements. And then you can do your farming, and yeah, there's a lot of little neat details. Like, I actually kind of enjoy these sort of things, if that makes sense. Like, it just gives you, like, a lot to work on, and I find that to be really, to me, kind of intriguing, that you're doing these, like, building structure in games. But obviously the challenge is going to be, like, keeping your crew alive, because you've got to make sure that people aren't going to die because the environment wants to kill them. And you can just set up all of this like structuring stuff, and yeah, I don't know. I quite like the whole concept of this one. I think it's a really neat sort of game, and there's not a whole lot like this. I just wish that the performance, like I said, was better. Yeah, the performance is disappointing. Yeah, it looks like we got little stocks going on there. Insufficient storage space. Yeah, hence the whole trying to get stuff going here. Oh, looks like we're discovering... Oh, we've got food crops, glitter caps. Right on, okay. Not the best area to build stuff in. We're putting together... Okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. That's a great idea. You guys can do a shared thing on your literally second day of being in this horrible situation. Oh, a grave! That's great! That's exactly what we need is a grave. Okay, we're just gonna put up an easy set of, like, stockpile here. Because, you know, extra space. I mean, we do have the shelving unit, but, like, yeah. Just basics. We get to leisure a little bit later. Oh, it's very intriguing. Research desk. I think we should probably also... Yeah, get mining going on. We probably need more wood. Plant is growing. I'm just trying to see if we should find anything else for... Yeah, we should probably go observe that plant and kind of figure it out. Eureka! And then we got a new technology. Now we can research something else. Weaponsmithing is probably lightning rods. Oh. And then construction basics, so we can build better shelters. You see what I'm saying? Is there's just like... There's a lot of stuff, and you can like queue things up. Wooden fortifications, yeah, then we can make fortresses, animal taming. Yeah, it's a quaint building thing where you kind of... You start out simple, and you expand, and you just try to make things nice and easy going. A decorative sign. I feel like that's not really all that important, all things considered. You know what I mean? A double wardrobe? Why is that obstructed access? Oh, is it because it's like looking the wrong way or something like that? Sorry, it's like a little hard to... There we go. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Let's get that built there, and then we can store this kind of stuff. We got a fire. Fuel, 1 day, 7 hours. Alright, well that's a good amount of time. We don't need to worry about that yet. There's quite a bit to build. I guess... Comfortable place to sit and relax. Just a wooden chair? I mean, yeah, I guess that would be semi-comfortable to relax in. Meat lure. A trap. Yeah, we're not really that effectively set up yet, are we? It takes time to get things built and discovered. And how are we doing on this? How's the progress? Okay, it's still being observed. And these are animals. I'm sure we could... Flightless bird. They look like a dodo, but we could tame and eat this thing. This thing looks terrifying. Wait, is it still alive? Can we butcher this? Like, is it dead? Yeah, we'll observe this. Did Lara get back? Is she still all the way out? Oh no, she's scavenging from this thing. Okay. That's good. You know, you need your metal in order to build stuff. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like an intriguing sort of concept. Like, I think it does actually offer something a little bit different. Yeah, we definitely need more survival games like this, I think. I really like the idea of this one. Should we make enough chairs so everybody can kind of, you know, sit down a little bit? I don't know if I want this all to be in the way. I feel like this is a big waste of metal, but I don't want anybody to feel kind of left out. And you can play a little bit of home designer, a little bit of, oh my god, these people could die if something bad happens. They're going to sleep, but what about these chairs? I thought we were celebrating at 1900 hours. At least Samantha is celebrating survival. Oh, what is this interesting rock? Well, we should observe this interesting rock when somebody has time. Where'd the dodo go? Yeah, it's all fun and games and cute until the dodo starts eating you. I think we have fertilizer, do we? Forbid survivors to plant more plants. Well, I definitely won't want to do that. Yeah, there's also elements of, like, you really can control how your individuals interact and deal with everything, which is really, really neat. Do we have anything we can actually craft yet? No, not yet. We still have to start actually getting supplies. 8 free slots. We're getting lots of metal going on there. And everybody's just kind of sleeping. Okay, well, we should speed that up, I guess, so that we can get back to the experience of survival. They're just kind of chilling out, I guess. Okay. Well, you know, you gotta sleep sometimes. Oh my god, look, it's like a dance of the dodos. Look at that terrifying thing. The dodos are fighting this weird monster? Maybe the dodos are terrifying creatures of the night. I did not see that coming at all. While my poor people are sleeping, there is literally dodos fighting a giant bighorn peaceful monster that I don't know what's going on. They eating a bloated insect? Oh wow. Ooh, that looks... Oh, that's hay. Oh wow. Yeah, we should probably send somebody out to go and observe that, right? Yeah, of course, after they're done building the chairs and everything like that. But it really does, like it's pretty easy to learn this one, and, like, what you're doing in it, and then a lot of it can be quite automated and set up in a way that you don't feel like you constantly have to micromanage everything, but you can, you know, actually build stuff. Sticks. Heating stove. Probably a good idea to get a heating stove, right? Feels like everything's getting, like, really tight here. Should I bother? I mean, we do have this beautiful fireplace set up. Is it dead? Oh. Yeah, go butcher that thing for food. That thing too, yeah. Go butcher that, Samantha. Get in there. Oh, there's like a pocket of the hay right here. I mean, I guess I didn't need to send her all the way over there to the blade grass. I thought that was... Didn't realize how close that was. Oh, that one's dead too. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go collect the meat from this. And this thing's infected? Do we... We can't tame this thing yet. We don't have the technology, but we are trying to build it. You know, if they build it, the technology will come. And we can grow some blade grass, which is good for business. I'm sure blade grass is going to be a hot item out here. Yeah, good clay bound too for building and farming. And yeah, you can see there's just like a lot of structural kind of neat stuff in this one in terms of like observing, building, crafting, managing your team, making sure everything like goes well. See, I told you the chairs were a great idea. They are loving these chairs. And then you're collecting all the meat, you're managing everything for your squad. 49% happiness. Why are you not happy? Is it because you're cold? Oh, yeah, that area definitely does not have a lot of warmth going on. Well, you know, budget cuts, right? So what can you do? Budget cuts all the time, even out here in space survival.